You trust your therapist. You tell them your deepest secrets. You expect them to help you heal. But what if they abuse that trust? What if they hurt you instead of helping you? It happens more often than you think. Shockingly, 1 in 20 therapists admit to having sexual contact with a client. This is a betrayal. It's a violation. And it can have devastating consequences for victims. We need to talk about this. We need to expose this problem. And we need to help victims get justice. Therapists have power. People come to them in their most vulnerable moments. They share their fears, their traumas, their deepest secrets. This power dynamic makes any kind of sexual relationship between a therapist and a client completely unethical. It's also illegal. It's not just about sex, though. High-pay violations are another serious issue. HIPAA stands for the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. It's a law that protects your health information. Therapists are legally obligated to keep your information confidential. When they break that trust, it can be incredibly damaging. Let's be clear, any sexual contact between a therapist and a client is wrong. This is a fundamental breach of trust and professional ethics. The therapeutic relationship is built on a foundation of safety and respect, and any violation of this trust can have devastating consequences for the client. This includes touching, kissing, sexual intercourse, or any other sexual behavior. Even seemingly minor physical contact can be harmful and is strictly prohibited. The power dynamics in a therapeutic relationship make it impossible for any sexual contact to be consensual. But misconduct goes beyond physical contact. It encompasses a wide range of behaviors that can undermine the therapeutic process and harm the client. Inappropriate text messages, emails, or phone calls are also violations. These actions can blur the boundaries of the professional relationship and create confusion and distress for the client. Making suggestive comments or jokes is never okay. Such behavior can make clients feel uncomfortable, unsafe, and disrespected, which can hinder their progress in therapy. Then there are HIPAA violations. Protecting client confidentiality is a cornerstone of ethical practice. Violating this trust can have serious legal and emotional repercussions. Therapists can't share your health information with anyone without your permission. This includes family members, friends, or any unauthorized individuals. This includes talking about you with family or friends, posting about you on social media, or even leaving your files unsecured. Such actions can lead to a breach of privacy and trust, causing significant harm to the client. Any of these actions can be grounds for a lawsuit. Clients have the right to seek legal recourse if their therapist crosses these boundaries. It's crucial for therapists to maintain professional integrity and for clients to be aware of their rights. The law protects victims of therapist misconduct. You have rights. If a therapist has violated your trust, you can take legal action. You can file a civil lawsuit against the therapist and potentially their employer. The legal process can be complex, but you don't have to go through it alone. A lawyer who specializes in these types of cases can help you understand your rights and options. Justice can be served. You deserve to be heard. Section 5. Real lives, real consequences. In this section, we delve into the profound and often heartbreaking impact that unethical behavior by therapists can have on their clients. These are not just stories, they are real lives with real consequences. Let's look at some examples to understand the gravity of the situation. These are real situations, though names have been changed for privacy. The confidentiality of these individuals is paramount, but their stories need to be told. Sarah was seeking help for depression. She was vulnerable and in need of support, hoping to find solace and guidance in her therapy sessions. Her therapist started making inappropriate comments about her appearance. What began as subtle remarks soon escalated into something far more sinister. He then began touching her inappropriately during sessions. This breach of trust left Sarah feeling violated and confused. Sarah felt trapped and ashamed. She struggled with the decision to come forward, fearing judgment and further emotional pain. She eventually found the courage to report him, and he lost his license. This was a small victory in a long battle for justice and healing. John was seeing a therapist, for anxiety. He trusted his therapist to help him navigate his fears and anxieties. The therapist started texting John constantly, even late at night. These messages were intrusive and crossed professional boundaries. The messages became increasingly personal and suggestive. John felt his safe space was being invaded. John felt pressured and uncomfortable. The therapeutic relationship had turned into a source of stress rather than relief. He stopped seeing the therapist and reported him to the licensing board. This step was crucial in protecting himself and others from further harm. These stories are not isolated incidents. They are part of a larger pattern of misconduct that affects many individuals seeking help. They highlight the devastating impact of therapist misconduct. The emotional and psychological toll on victims is immense, often leaving lasting scars. It is essential to recognize these issues and work towards creating a safer, more ethical therapeutic environment for all. Section 6. Justice served, financially speaking. In our legal system, justice can take many forms, and one of the most impactful is financial compensation. When a therapist acts inappropriately, victims can suffer real harm. This harm isn't just a fleeting moment of discomfort. It can have long-lasting effects on a person's mental and emotional well-being. They may experience emotional distress, anxiety, depression, and even PTSD. These conditions can severely impact their daily lives, making it difficult to function at work, maintain relationships, or even perform basic self-care. They may need additional therapy to heal from the trauma. This means more time, more emotional energy, and more financial resources spent on trying to recover from an experience that should have been safe and supportive. A lawsuit can help victims get back on their feet. Legal action can provide a structured way to address the wrongs that have been done and offer a path to recovery. Financial compensation can cover the cost of therapy, lost wages, and pain and suffering. This financial support can be crucial in helping victims rebuild their lives, offering them the resources they need to seek further treatment and regain stability. In some cases, punitive damages may be awarded to punish the therapist and deter future misconduct. These damages serve as a strong message that such behavior is unacceptable and will not be tolerated. While money can't erase the pain, it can provide a sense of justice and help victims move forward. Financial compensation can be a powerful tool in the healing process, offering victims not just relief but also a sense of closure and the ability to look towards a brighter future. Section 7. You don't have to suffer in silence. If you've been the victim of therapist misconduct, you might feel scared, ashamed, or alone. Please know this. It's not your fault. You did nothing wrong. Speaking out can be difficult. But it's the first step towards healing and justice. Talking to a trusted friend, family member, or another therapist can help. Reporting the misconduct to the licensing board is crucial to protect others. You are not alone. There are resources available to help you. Section 8. Finding your voice. Coming forward can feel daunting. You might worry about not being believed or about the consequences for the therapist. Remember, your voice matters. Your experience matters. Start by documenting everything. Keep a journal of your interactions with the therapist. Save any text messages, emails, or voicemails. This evidence can be crucial for your case. Then, reach out for help. Contact a lawyer who specializes in these types of cases. They can guide you through the process and advocate for your rights. Section 9. The road to recovery. Healing from therapist misconduct takes time. It's a journey, not a race. Be patient with yourself and allow yourself to grieve the betrayal of trust. Therapy can be incredibly beneficial. Finding a new therapist you trust is essential. They can provide a safe space for you to process your experience and rebuild your sense of self. Support groups can also offer a sense of community and understanding. Connecting with others who have been through similar experiences can be validating and empowering. Section 10. No more victims. We need to break the silence surrounding therapist misconduct. By talking about it openly, we can raise awareness and encourage victims to come forward. We need to hold therapists accountable for their actions. They are in positions of power and must be held to the highest ethical standards. And most importantly, we need to support victims. Let them know they are not alone. Let them know they deserve justice. Let them know healing is possible. Together, we can create a safer world for everyone seeking help.